I grew up skating ledges. Over the years, I've learned how to skate rails, I've learned how to skate coping, but I will always be a ledge skater. I've been in the warehouse for about 5 years now, and over that time, I've built a ton of different ledges. A few years ago, we built the mini ramp, and I absolutely love skating the mini, but I find myself skating the ledge more often. So when a storage unit opened up that was perfectly sized for ledges, I jumped right on it. So I drew up some rough plans of what I wanted to do in the space, and I sent those over to my friends over at K&B Ramps. And a few weeks later, they started work. All right, so the first weekend of work is complete. These guys crushed it, man. Couldn't be happier with the progress that we're seeing. It is a beast. I think the estimate was that it was going to take maybe a weekend, maybe a little bit more, but there's a lot to be done. So give you a quick tour. This is like the starting area over here in the corner. There's about 10 feet of run up before we get to the boxes. So the boxes, there's 2 boxes, one on each side because it's silly to just have boxes on one side. The boxes are going to be about the same height as the grind box that we've got in the warehouse. So it'll be kind of marsh height. So you'll need to be able to jump to get on these. It's not really going to be for early beginners. You'll have to know how to do some grinds and be able to jump on things, but it's not going to be super challenging. Not super steep, not super difficult. So boxes on both sides and then a rail on the middle. So the middle rail is replaceable. So I'm using my Sub Rosa rail. It is about 8 feet long. I think 8 feet long. So it's not the longest grind, but it's going to be a really nice ride. Long enough for you to get set and then get off. And then finally at the end, the quarter pipe. So we're using the same upright sides as the quarter pipes were in the warehouse, the little quarter pipes that I used for my grind area. We recut them to be a bit steeper. This means that we won't fly into the wall. There was a concern that coming off of this with speed, you might actually hit the ramps and fly off into the wall. We wanted to avoid that. So we recut them with a slightly tighter transition, which gives us about 7 feet of landing. So that bottom area is 7 feet long, which means there's plenty of room for you to kind of land and then prepare for the quarter pipes. Again, it's not going to be for the early beginners. You're going to need to know how to skate this properly. But hopefully with that and the tighter transition, after you come off the ledge, you'll have a nice landing area so that you can come up. Maybe do a grind. We will be putting coping on top. And then come back down and do it all again. Cannot wait. All right, after weeks and weeks of work, the boys are done. Couldn't be happier with the way that it turned out. It is my retirement home. Finally time to skate. All right, so the ramps are great. It's the perfect height for me for a jump. Not too high, like I'm not gonna kill myself, but it's enough that I actually have to jump, you know? Can't just put your feet up. Long enough that you can actually grind. Nothing worse than a short grind spot. I am out of shape though, man. Heart pounding, just so tired. I have not skated in a little over a month. So this is gonna be an amazing place to get a good workout. All right, let's try the left side. A little scared about that, but see what I got. That was fast. Scary. The left side, you know, not having the wall really challenges you. It challenges me. You gotta make sure you don't fall over. We did put another side of coping just for those adventurous enough to want to do far sides or dark sides or whatever you have in mind. I'm not going to be doing that, but I am happy that I was able to get zero porn. Happy that I was able to get Royale. Rail is fast. I think it's got a little bit of wax on it. Probably doesn't need much. It'll grind in and get nice and comfortable after, you know, 50 to 100 grinds. But yeah, it was pretty fast to start with. I was definitely looping out. But as soon as I figured out the speed and leaned forward a little bit, I felt right at home. All right, I am exhausted, but I'm gonna try the rail. Not a lot on the rail. I'm just gonna do Mizu just to prove that I can. My safe trick, hope I can do it without getting jacked. The goal with the rail is that I'll be able to do rails eventually. And by starting small, I'll get my confidence up, and then the extension that mounts to the base is replaceable. So we're gonna make longer extensions that will make the rail taller and taller. So we can get to a point where we're actually jumping on the rail. Maybe not we, some of us will be. Could not be happier with the way this turned out. It is going to be so much fun. Just for me, I cannot wait to come back and skate a little bit more often, maybe once a week, twice a week. Now that it is a dedicated space, I don't have to worry about cleaning the warehouse, because the warehouse is always in a state of production or receiving or something. Now we have a nice space that we can skate. It's starting to get cold too, so this should be a nice warm place that we can skate when it's cold outside. Huge thanks to guys for putting this together. I'm thrilled. I couldn't be happier. If you are interested in getting something like this built in your area, K&B Ramps is the place to go. I'll put a link in the description for you to check them out. They did a great job here. This is absolutely exactly what I was wishing for. The dimensions are perfect. The materials are perfect. Everything is perfect for the way that I want to skate. So thank you guys so much. We will probably have open houses starting in the next couple of weeks. So if you're in the area in North Carolina, let me know. Go to balancedist.com and send a message, figure out when we're going to be there, or follow balancedist on the Instagram to see the times we're going to be open house. I would love to share this with everybody so that you can check it out, especially on cold days. Where there's no skating. This would be a great spot to hang out. All right, thank you for watching. See you next time.